Alright guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is Studio Ray's Boys and Their Toys. And listen guys, as you see, I got another toy. I consider this a yard toy, the Rachio 3. What it is a smart sprinkler controller. Now, I got this from my local watering company. They was running a rebate for the system. Uh, my wife turned me on to it, suggested we may pick it up because, as you know, today's technology is moving so much in advance. I'm gonna be replacing it. I have the Hunter Pro C that I'm using right now, um, and it works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You set the controls, and it's pretty much been reliable. But again, with the smart homes now, uh, along with Alexa and every Google, um, everything's voice command, and you can sync it to your phone. And I'm unable to do that with this older system. And mind you, I only got this about say about 4 years ago. The system, so uh, it's not obsolete. They still sell them, but I decided to take advantage of the rebate that the water company was giving for the system and decided to try it out. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to open it up and take a look inside it. I really didn't know anything about this system until I looked it up. And if you go to their website, um, at a review right at this present time, at about have 498 reviews, and it's rocking a 4.5 stars, almost 4.25 stars for this unit. So there's a lot of people out there that got this unit and is loving it. So let's open it up. Let's take a look at it. And what I'm going to do is we're going to look at it, see what's in the box, and then I'm going to take you through the process in installing it. Um, Never installed a system in before. I had my sprinkler system done professionally, so they said this is ideal and you're able to do it yourself. So hey, I'm willing to try it. So let's take a look at it. Let's see what you get in the box. Um, Again, I got a rebate from it, so I got it much cheaper than retail. So that's the only reason why I decided to jump into it. And I'm running Google and Alexa in my home, so if I can sync it to my phone and also how to respond to these home systems, I think it's a plus. All right, it beats me walking down to my basement and turning on the sprinkler system if I can do it right from Alexa or Google. So let's take a look at it. That's what I'm hoping that'll work out. And so let's look at it. All right, guys. Again, this is Studio Ray's Boys and Their Toys, and thank you for coming back to the channel. If you're first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Stay home dad, a DIY product reviewer, YouTuber, and just like to do these type of things and educate your guys out there. All right. So again, Studio Ray, Boys and Their Toys. Let's get in the video. All right, guys. This is how it comes. It was shipped to me from my water company to me. Um, so right now, let's open it up. Come well boxed, and as you can see, this is the unit, and it's a lot cleaner than what I'm replacing it with. Here, this is all labeled and very easy to use. So I'm curious on how this will operate. Um, let's take a look at both of them side by side. It's much a more slender, cleaner look. So it's very interesting. Uh, Here's the back of it. So it's going to be interesting. Um, so you get the unit, of course. Um, you get the directions. And also get all the screws and a power brick. And that's it. Alright? That's it. Screws, a power brick, and the unit. So that's what you get in your box. I'll put this to the side. Um, okay, it comes off. And this is some connectors. And that's it. Alright, and now if I didn't mention that, this is wireless. Alright, it works with your internet service. So, unlike what I have now, this does not work with your internet. This is all manual. So I have to go down and physically turn it on, shut it off, set the dates or what have you. So, again, very functional, very easy to use. Never had a problem with this. But I guess I just wanted to upgrade my game and bring it into the wireless world. So let's take a look at this. Well, let me go through the manual, and we'll pick this up down in my basement and figuring out how to install this. All right, guys. So again, welcome back to the channel. This is Studio Ray's Boys and Their Toys, and stay with me. All right. All right, guys. We're down in my basement now, and as I told you before, I'm replacing the Hunter Pro C. And if you guys have this unit, you're quite aware how to take the box off. It's really easy. All right. Now, this is my setup. Now, I have 5 zones in on my sprinkler system. So before you do anything, guys, take a picture of your unit. All right, and how it's set up. And as you notice, when you look behind here, there's markings on the plate that tells you which each wire is. All right, and on here you can see the bottom says COM, and there's another word I really can't make out, but then it goes 1 2 3 4 5 6 all the way up. So what I'm gonna do before I disconnect anything, I'm gonna get some piece of paper, and I'm gonna mark each one of these with respectful as far as where it's attached to. All right, and same thing over here. Behind it, each of these are hooked up a certain way. It has ground and some other type of markings underneath here telling me which one is which. You see right there? So again, before I disconnect anything, I'm going to make sure I took a picture of this first. Plus, I'm going to take closer pictures to see where all these wires are connected to, so I'm not left in the dark if I have to put this back together. All right. So that's one thing you need to do. All right. So now let me continue on. All right, guys. As you can see, this is the directions and what you're gonna need. All right, when you use the system, again, Wi-Fi, smartphone, which I'm recording with, screwdriver, a hammer, and a drill with drill bit. And it's all based on where you're installing it. If you have some type of wood that you can install yours on, so you get the tools that's required for that installation. As you can see in my unit, I have concrete. So I'm going to have to go get my concrete bit so I can be able to drill into my unit, because I'm going to put my unit where my existing box is. So let me go get my proper tools to get that all hooked up. And with this unit, this piece of paper is pretty much like a mounting plate. So I'm going to be using this, tape this to the wall, mark out my holes, and drill my holes into my concrete. So if you happen to have like a board, such like a board like this, or drywall or studs, then you install it in the way that makes sense at your location. All right, I'm just documenting that my my ring sensor. This one here was attached to accessory 1, I'm assuming, and AC2. And up top, the blue one is going to SEN, and the white wire is going to SEN. So white and white, yellow, yellow. All right. So I just want to document that. And that's going to the ring sensor. So the other two are just power. I'm not disconnecting that. I'm going to just leave that be because the unit has its own power supply, so I won't be using this power supply. And then I'm going to focus my attention on disconnecting the zones. Disconnected. Now these wires goes to all my zones, and up here, as you can see in your box, there's COM, something else, and I guess these are all the zones. All right, so make sure you take a picture of all that. And what I end up doing, also word advice, I wrote mine down, the color and where it was connected to. So I have a picture plus I've written it down for reference. All right. This cable here is simply my power brick, which I won't be using anymore because the unit comes with its own power brick. And I already took the wire off for my ring sensor. All right, so now I'm just going to take this off the wall and get the mounting plate to screw in the new unit. All right. Again, I'm replacing the Pro C. Very good unit, but I just want to upgrade to a wireless system now. All right, so and that's that, guys. So let me just go back to the time lapse and let's get this removed. Alright guys, let's see, I got it up now. I'm missing just one screw because I end up, somehow, I don't know, my bit must have slipped and my holes are not lined up. So it's no big deal. It's definitely secured in there. So I might come back here and just hit another one. Other than that, I'm fine with it. The 2 screws holding up because it's not moving at all. Alright, so everything's up. What I'm going to have to do now is take my zones and put it inside each one. So, like I said, you took a picture of your old unit, and I also wrote down my color code on what goes where. So, I'm just going to follow the numbering sequence on attaching these wires in, and that's that. That's how I'm going to go with it right now. All right? So, take your time. It's very easy. You just got to it's a plug and play pretty much. So, as you can see, these are my colors or wire colors and where it's going. So I got 5 zones. So I'm just going to attach it to the unit as such. Alright guys, as you can see, I got it installed. Got the power going in here. Got my range sensor hooked up and got all my zones. And pretty much you guys, you can push it up, all your wires up in there, and you can put the cover back on. So let me get the cover on. As you can see, it's it's doing something. So I'm gonna have to download the app and then get this all hooked up. All right, so let me continue on to the next step. All right, guys, I just want to show it to you with the cover on. Everything's hooked up. Everything's going down to my power. So rain sensor is hooked up. Um, so right now, I'm gonna have to now go into my app and say I can get this synced up to my network. So let's continue on to that step. All right, guys. How you can see, on my phone now. Now I'm running a Google Pixel, and I went to the App Store to get the app for this device. So go to your whatever app store, if it's Apple or Android, download the app and install it into your phone. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm giving it a couple of minutes to install, and we're gonna open it up. Now, if you don't have an account, you're gonna have to set up an account, which I'm doing at this process. So I'm gonna throw in my email and actually create a new account. It's gonna be Studio Rays, and I'm gonna throw my email in what I want. So doing that now. After you do that, set up your account. They're gonna take you to the next step, saying, "Well done." You hit the bottom done button. Then you're gonna have to set up your controller. Now, setting up your controller is very easy. You're just gonna add controller. You're gonna give permission to access your phone because you're gonna have to take a picture of the controller. There's barcodes in the uh, device that you're gonna have to scan. You're also gonna have to put down your location where you live, which I have done. So here they're prompting me after I input my address to go to the device and scan that barcode that's on the device. So I'm doing that now. And once it's scanned, then it's going to ask you to sync to whatever network you want. In this case, I'm going to be uh, syncing to Studio Rays and entering my password. And this takes a couple of minutes to sync up. The device is going to communicate to your wireless network, and again, this take a couple of minutes, but once it's done, it's done. Once it's done, then it's simply it's gonna start with GPS, and I guess with everything else, it's gonna dial into your home, which is doing right now for me. It's also engaging the weather um, Intelligent Plus that tells about the weather, what's going on in your area, which is ideal for a sprinkler system. And as you can see, I have total success. This app is very intuitive, very not complicated, very easy to set up. And now we're just going to get into setting up each zone. They're going to ask you to add a name to your zone or to your controller. In this case, I added the name I wanted, and then after doing that, it's gonna say, let's go outside and start dialing in each zone. I have 5 zones in my sprinkling system, so I simply can hit next, and it's gonna bring up the zones. Again, you can get up to 8 zones on this unit. I don't have only have 5, so that's fine. I went outside, started with my first zone, which is I call the front flowers, and it's very easy. It really walks you through everything. It's going to tell you next. It's going to ask you to name the location. It gives you the opportunity to take a picture of your location. Also, it's going to ask you to test it. So you're going to test. It's going to give you 60 a minute. You'll see if your zone comes up, which it should pop up. I hit yes, and then you can name it. You name it. For my case, I got front flowers. Um, and what I like about this app, it even asks you what type of flowers are in that location, and that's ideal. My old unit does not do that. They just said turn on, turn off. This one asks you what type of flowers are you watering. In my case, it's perennials. They ask you what type of head you're using. In this case, I'm using a fixed braid head, and they ask you what type of soil. I think I got sand soil. I'm gonna have to do some research on that to see if I have to change this, but I end up keeping the first one sand soil. Um, I don't have clay, I know that. So, and ask you what kind of sunlight you're getting, and I get a lot of sun in from my front yard. They ask you again. Is it flat? Is it slope? Guys, I'm letting you know, this is a nice app. All right, it takes your watering system to a whole new level. The Hunter that I own was very adequate, very functional, but this really gives you control of your sprinkler system, and I do like it a lot. I do recommend this product, and again, especially get a rebate. Check your water company, see if they're giving out rebate, and take advantage of it. Again, I got it really cheap compared to buying it retail. So guys, you like this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you on the next one. Peace.